So, stage 1 episode done, stance episode done. Now it's time for a sub, amp, a wash and a polish. Okay, so today's episode, we're going to finish it off with a wash and a nice machine polish on it. But for now, it's in the workshop for a sub and an amp. So why are we only doing a sub and amp? Good question. So this car, from factory, from standard, does come with B&O. And it's not a bad system, to be honest with you. You've got a 3-way setup in the door, you've got your tweeter on the dash, 4-inch mid in the door, and then an 8-inch mid woofer in the door as well. And that mid woofer, just to try and put it into perspective, it's in its sort of own box that is literally the length of the door. So it is quite a good system, to be honest. So I've left the car on because we need to listen to how the stereo sounds now. I'm sure even just by adding the bass, you will notice a difference even behind the camera. So sound-wise, the mids and highs are very good. There is just literally zero bass. Like I said, these 8-inch woofers, they are good for mid woofers, but if you know what bass is and you've had it before, you'll know that you're missing it straight away. So like I say, it's not too tinny. There is quite a nice sort of clarity in it, and there is a nice sort of depth in the mid and highs. It's just the bass. So this is what we've decided to go for. This is an Audison active 10-inch box, so the amp is already built in. Space saving element was quite important for this car because the boot isn't bad, but it isn't massive. So we didn't want to put a massive 10-inch box in there and have zero practicality left. So yeah, quite nice and size-wise. We've heard these in the shop before and in customers' cars. They sound very good for the money and for the power. So let's get it fitted. And then, like I say, finish it off with a wash and a polish. And then, sadly, put it up for sale. Okay, so welcome back, viewers. The TT has had some serious work done over the weekend. So we last filmed on Friday, it is now Monday. The sub has been done, but I think for the first time, let's check out what the sub sounds like. So we did fit a bass remote as well, just down by the driver's knee. Tell you what, for an active sub, only a 10-inch as well in this car, that absolutely drops. That sounds insane compared to how it did. So, enough of that. I think we'll take this outside. We'll have a look at what Aman's managed to do with the polish. It looks amazing. Let's get it out. You'll have to
excuse the unlicensed music for obvious reasons, that's all we can play, but that drops hard, that sounds wicked. Okay, so what else have we done over the weekend? You can tell it's been the weekend because I've got these ridiculous sunglasses tan and a very sunburnt face. You know, a couple of beers in the sun and all of a sudden you forget what sun cream is, but we live and we learn. Anyway, Aman, our latest addition to the workshop, he is also a wicked detailer. He is an awesome detailer. He's got so much knowledge when it comes to car detailing, it is baffling. And he's done a full wash on it, obviously, clayed it down, got rid of all the contaminants of the surfaces, and he's done a whole, I guess you call it a stage 1 polish, just to try and get any blemishes, any light sort of marks out of the paint. He was shouting at me a lot at the state of this car in terms of how dusty it was and how long it took him to clean. And obviously Audi paint, it's quite a harsh paint this, it's quite hard, so things like bird excrement marks and the likes of that, they weren't coming out too easily, but he's done an awesome job, and this it pops like it's new. Honestly, it looks so good. It was quite a flat red before and it sort of just looked like any other red car, but even now there's people looking at this like, oh, what is that? Yeah, so this could be one of the last drives we really do in this car, because after the audio and the deep clean, that is pretty much it for this project. So let's drop through a couple of gears, have a listen to this. Honestly, as a budget build, this has turned out so great. This is literally the ultimate daily. It is so much fun to drive, but still so efficient when you want to try and save some money on petrol and just cruise around to work in eco mode. We just cycle through the gears and it just flies. It sounds so good. That Remus exhaust and that ram air intake, they just sound so good together. There is obviously a couple of things left. I say a couple, there's a few things left you could do to this car, should you end up buying it. If it were up to me and I was going to keep this car for as long as I wanted to, I would probably go a little bit far on the exhaust side. It is an awesome sound, but it is quite subtle. So what I mean by that is it won't wake your neighbours up, it won't piss anyone off or anything like that. But when you obviously put your foot down in dynamic mode, it does sound great. I think it could be louder. You could get a little bit more of the sort of the burbling and the pops and bangs out of it if you sort of maybe deleted a cat. Definitely delete the resonator if we were going to keep it. Just get a little bit more sort of throatiness out of it. But it does sound great, and we kept it this way just because we're not sure who's going to want to buy it, if anyone, hopefully someone. It's probably best to keep it a little bit subtle, just to help cater for a more generic taste, because we are selling it. So these are things we have to keep in mind, unfortunately. What else could you do? So one of the things that did turn out to be quite hard, which is why we haven't really done it, is sort of the cosmetic carbon side, honeycomb grills. Reason being, there's really not a lot out there. I was quite shocked, to be honest with you. We looked at our normal suppliers like Auto ID, CT Carbon. They've literally got nothing for them. Why that is, I'm not sure. Maybe they're just not popular enough. There's plenty on eBay out in the far reaches of continental Asia, as there always is. So if I was going to keep it, that's probably something I'd look at. But honestly, besides that, it's just such a good daily. It covers so many bases, ticks so many boxes, and it is going to be really sad to let this one go. But hey, that was always the plan. We're always going to sell it, so got to get with it, I guess. Okay, so sadly, that is the end of our time with the TT. We have come to the end of the project, come to the end of the build, and it is now going to be going up for sale in the next week or two. So a quick recap of what we've done and the car in general. So it's a 2016 Audi TT Mk3, 2-litre TFSI from standard, about 230 brake. With the remap, it's now pushing about 300 brake. We've got the Ram Air induction kit as well. Can we just take a minute to appreciate the job that Aman's done as well on this detail? And he's done such a good job cleaning this. This must have taken him hours. Looks awesome. Anyway, sorry, I digress. We have the Rotiform wheels as well, the ST suspension by KW. We have the Remus exhaust on the back, which is probably my favorite bit, and then finishing with the Audison active subwoofer in the boot. So all of those mods together, retail wise, that comes to £4,650, which is a big number. In terms of price for the car, we have taken it into account. Obviously, we're well aware that when you spend money on cars, you don't get your money back for your mods. That is just pretty much written in the Bible. Everyone knows that, and that's fine, that's how it is. So the price we're asking for this car is $18,995. Just under 60,000 miles, 2016 car. These on Auto Trader are going for anywhere between, again, this varies wildly on spec, 17 to 18 and a half. So we're putting this up for 18,995. That is including all of the mods. So realistically, you're getting over 4.5 grand worth of mods for what, £500,000. So in my head, absolute bargain. I'm going to be sad to see this one go. This is the perfect daily car. You save so much money when you're driving around, cruising around in eco mode, and then when you do want to have fun, it absolutely delivers. It just sticks to the road. It's so much fun to drive, and that sub, I can't go over that. I'm going to have another listen to that in a minute. That sounds wicked. So keep an eye out on socials. This will be going up for sale in the next week or so, like I say. But to be honest, that's pretty much it for now. I'm actually really sad. Like I say, that is pretty much the end of this series with the TT. If there is a particular car that you want to see us do next, be it BMW, Merc, another Audi, a VW, all ages, any size, just let us know in the comments, because we do genuinely look at your input and we do appreciate sort of any input you give us. If you like the series, please drop a like on the video and just let us know, because it is really helpful to us, letting us sort of know what you guys are enjoying, what you're not enjoying. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we have got some awesome cars that have not been released yet coming to the channel. I can see them filming one just over there actually. That is going to be a good one. I don't think we can tease that, can we? I'll get in trouble if we tease that, but like I say, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you stay up to date with what we're doing, and keep an eye on our socials, because this car will be on there for sale soon.